Hello there, my name is Corinne Hagan. I'm from Emmanuel Church, Canterbury, and I had the pleasure of leading one of the seminars last year at Flourish, which some of you will remember, on bearing fruit in sharing the gospel. We had such a lovely time together, didn't we? I didn't, if any of you remember, but one of the things I talked about in that seminar was being stick of rock Christians. Here's my Isle of Sheppey stick of rock, still got it. So that idea that evangelism is not something that is a separate part of our lives, but it's wherever people look in our lives, wherever you cut us, you will see that love for God, that longing that people would know his love, would know how wonderful he is, and that there would be that sort of consistency. And yeah, 2020 has been a real test for all of us, hasn't it? And I find a real test of it. Yeah, the truth of that. What would it look like when we're really under pressure, when we're facing this pandemic, when we're facing fears and anxiety for ourselves and our families? Now, earlier last year, I began to volunteer as a Gideon. They're now currently called Good News for Everyone, but you probably, most people have heard of the Gideons that give Bibles out in schools and in hospitals and hotels and things like that. And a brilliant thing that the Gideons did, Good News for Everyone did, it had been planned anyway, but before all this happened, before lockdown happened, was to produce these beautiful Hope magazines, which are basically John's Gospel and excerpts from the Psalms, but just produced beautifully with lovely, lovely colour pictures. Anyway, and the idea was to get those out to as many people, and it's just another way of getting God's words into people's lives. And I heard about this just as lockdown was happening, and that they were offering them for free to order as many as you wanted to give out for free. And I just thought, well, I just want to get God's word into people's hands, and maybe this would be, a beautiful magazine that says hope on it and is full of God's word, and would be a really lovely way to do that. So I ordered, I think, 200 to start with, and was able to give lots to neighbours that we're getting to know. We had like a kind of support thing going on with local neighbours, and were able to offer the magazines to everyone and give them to those that we already knew. It was around Easter, so I made some little Easter cards and just gave Easter cards and gave them as like an Easter present. I sent them to relatives and friends, sort of particularly those who don't know Christ, just again as an Easter present. And others in the church gave them to the homeless that were being looked after in the travel lodge in Canterbury. I think some went to some of the food bank parcels. And then another thing that came out of it was care homes. We realised as weeks went on that they had such a tough time, and we were just trying to think what could we do to encourage the staff and also residents in the care homes. And we decided in our elderly care team at church, we've already got a few contacts with a few homes, but we thought, well, why don't we try and contact all the homes in the local area and ask them if they would like these magazines for free, and if they'd like any, these are large print New Testaments as well, that we could order them and we could deliver them for free. So we needed a team to do it. That's such a big job, but a brilliant guy called Butch from our church coordinated that, and along with the rest of the Gideon's branch members who come from different churches in this area of Kent. We sort of came up with a plan, found out what all the care homes were, divided them up into 5 each, contacted them, and we had to order another 300 magazines to meet the demand. The homes really wanted them, and we've had to order, I think it's been 120 or so, 140 Bibles as well that were requested. So we're really grateful for that opportunity, and we've heard that of them being read and really used to help encourage residents and staff as well. So yeah, that was just a great encouragement to me to be able to be involved in that through such a tough time. And if any of you are interested in getting involved in Good News for Everyone, Gideons, that would be brilliant. We need more people to get involved. There's so many opportunities with it, and they're just doing some really good things at the moment. I hope you're all well, and look forward very much, hopefully, to seeing lots of you next year at Glorious.